Yeah, you don't even need to have a mask. I seen this girl do this with a shirt. And I wanted to try it. You don't even have to have a mask. This is a shirt on my head. And the way you do it, because you know every day we got to talk the coronavirus shit. The way you do it is you take the shirt. Yeah, I can't do it while I'm on camera. And you take the two arms. You're messing up. Take the two arms and tie them behind your head. I seen another girl do it. I forgot where I seen it at. And then you take the shirt and you put your fingers in there, take half of it and pull it over your head. You see? And you got your whole shit covered up. It look a little funny, but I might have to find like another kind of shirt. But, you know, it's no excuse to go outside without nothing covering your mouth and your nose. This right here trick, I saw another lady do it. I forgot where I seen her do it at, but this is good. I look like a goddamn Muslim or something like that, Muslim lady or something like that. They always been covering up their mouth and their noses. Anyway, let's get to it. I'm gonna take this off because I'm not gonna do the video with that on. And I don't want this to be a long video, so, you know, I just got finished watching the Drink Champs with Lamar Odom on there. And I went there, you know, I seen it going around on the internet, like Lamar Odom and Norby may have gotten into a fight or something like that on Drink Champs. But you know what, it wasn't nothing like physical or anything like that. First of all, the podcast was like almost 3 hours, so it was crazy to, you know, sit through, but it was cool. It was cool. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Okay, I didn't see anything wrong with you know, I went there today because I was watching Choke No Joke. And then he was saying a lot of stuff about the interview as far as, you know, Norby drinking with Lamar, you know, knowing that he got maybe like a weakness to alcohol or whatever the situation is, and smoking with him or what have you. But if somebody don't say, you know, nah, man, I'm not drinking or smoking or whatever the situation is. If they don't tell you that or whatever the situation is, and your platform, you know, that's the highlight of your platform, because basically that's the highlight of the Drink Champs platform, you know. Many people probably wouldn't like agree with it so much. I like their logo, you know, and, you know, the looks of it and everything like that. It's almost kind of like you're going to a club and you're sitting down to the table and you got anything you want to drink and you got somebody to bring you your drinks or whatever and pour your drinks for you. You got bottle service and stuff like that. That's what Drink Champs is like. But say like if I was on there, I'm not really a good weed smoker. Like if I smoke some weed, I'm not going to be able to talk no more, you know. I'm going to either be tired or I'm going to be paranoid or something like that. I'm not going to be able to talk. I'm not even going to be able to think right, you know, as far as, you know, calculating my words and stuff like that. So that would be me. And then I wouldn't want to get like pissy drunk, because in this situation, what happened with Lamar Odom, not till towards the end of the podcast, not till towards the end, like the last half an hour or whatever the situation is, he started feeling like maybe Nori asked him too many questions or personal questions or whatever the situation was, and he started feeling a way about it. But you can't feel a way about something after the fact. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're not no little kid. You're a grown man. You've been around. You touched millions and stuff like that, and you've been signing a lot of deals and NBA and all that stuff like that. So you should know. What you want to talk about and what you don't want to talk about. And you should know how to cut a person off and say, nah, man, we're not talking about that. Or I'm trying to stay away from the liquor or whatever the situation is, so I won't be drinking. Just, give me juice or give me water or whatever the situation is. But he wanted to smoke. He's a grown man, and that's fine. He wanted to drink and smoke, and that's fine. I didn't see anything wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? As long as he don't go out there and kill himself or whatever the situation is. I didn't see anything, wrong with that. He's a grown man. I think that they both drank a lot, and I think Nori drinks, way too much. Like, damn, he might think, well, this might be my poison. This show might be my poison because I do a lot of drinking, and a lot of drinking is bad for your liver and kidneys and all that stuff like that. So, I don't know if he drink all the time because I don't watch every show, but the shows that I have watched and stuff, it's a lot of drinking and smoking and what have you. But if Lamar is a grown man or whatever the situation is, so if he didn't want to, if he didn't want to drink, he wouldn't have drank it. If he was trying to stay away from it or whatever, I guess like if you're an alcoholic, you don't put alcohol in front of an alcoholic, and that's trying to recover or whatever the situation is. You don't put drugs in front of a drug addict or whatever the situation is. But personally, I think he was fine. He took way too many shots or whatever the situation is. So he probably was nice and drunk. Go home and sleep it off or whatever the situation is. But I watched the whole interview. I didn't see anything really wrong with the interview. Nori did ask a lot of Kardashian questions and about Chloe and did you get over it? Would you still want to go back to that? And he presently has a woman right now, whatever the situation is. So that may have been a little bit uncomfortable, and maybe the way the relationship ended may have his heart may have still been there, and he blamed himself, like it was his fault that relationship didn't last or whatever. That marriage, I think they he was married to Chloe or whatever the situation is, so he did take the blame for that and stuff like that. And so that's off the top of my head. Y'all know I wrote my little notes down, so I'm gonna go through my notes, but I'm not gonna be long-winded with this video. I want y'all to like and subscribe so that I know if I have people that want to listen to what I have to say. If I don't get views and stuff like that, if I don't get enough views and stuff like that, then I'm gonna just have to stop. You know what I'm saying? Because, there's other things this channel really supposed to be about music and my music producing and all of that stuff like that. If you look at it and stuff like that, I have a degree in music production and stuff like that. So really, I'm really supposed to be here doing music, but I don't really have to set up my setup the way I want my setup to be right now, whatever the situation is. So it's kind of like on pause with that. So I wanted to try out doing some YouTube, trying to become a YouTuber. But, if y'all not going to be subscribing and stuff like that and, liking the videos and stuff like that, then y'all telling me that y'all don't want to hear me speak about anything, maybe the way I'm presenting myself or my scenery or whatever the situation is. If you have any suggestions or whatever the situation is about what I'm doing, just let me know, comment or whatever the situation is. Things you think, where I should improve, or maybe I should do a different kind of setup, or should I be doing makeup in here and all of that stuff like that. Because I just, it's the coronavirus. I'm in here in the house, and, I'm not going outside, so, and I'm not a makeup wearer or whatever the situation is. But let's get into this drink champs. Whatever y'all feel about my video. Also, y'all can leave comments about the title, the drink champs with Lamar Odom or whatever. Y'all could leave a comment about that, but also leave me a comment about anything that you want me to talk about, any current news or anything like that, or anything that y'all might have, want to send something to me, or something you want me to speak about. Let me know about it. Okay, so from my notes, the drink champs with Lamar Odom. Okay. First thing I noticed about Lamar was that, like, he got this pause. He got this kind of long pause, like when Nori asks him a question, and then he have kind of like a long pause, like a longer than normal people pause, and he be thinking for a long while before he opened his mouth, which may be a good thing. That might be a good practice, maybe most people should do that, but I guess we quick to be running our mouth back and forth and stuff like that. So that seemed a little bit, his pause before answering the question, it was seeming like he couldn't put his words together. But I don't think it was that he couldn't put his words together. I think that that's just his, that's just how he is and stuff like that. He think about the question and search his mind about how he gonna answer that question or whatever the situation is. One of the funny points in the podcast, it was about the 100 minutes, about 100 minutes in. Nori went into asking him, did he eat ass? You know what I'm saying? It was just like, for all funny as hell and shit like that. I just found the whole podcast to be hilarious, and that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to watch Wendy Williams, and she make me laugh. So I like to watch people that make me laugh and stuff like that. So I was laughing through. They got into Catalina Jenner or whatever the situation is. That whole shit was funny. So I was just like laughing all the way through. You know what I'm saying? And Lamar was telling, Nori was saying something about the girls, like the Me Too movement, that he should have been a part, and that the girls used to be slapping him on his ass, and Lamar Odom was telling them, you must have a fat ass. They had like a lot of pause moments and shit like that. Like, it was like shit was getting a little confusing there, like, from when they was talking about Catalina Jenner into, girls slapping Nori's butt and all that stuff like that. Like, it was hilarious. Yeah, I just gotta watch that. Sit down when you have time and just watch that Drink Champs podcast with Lamar Odom, because I wasn't gonna watch it because I looked at it and I was like, it's long. I want to see it. When am I gonna take time out to see it? And I said, let me just look at it. And as I was looking at it, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a little notes, and I'm gonna make a little video about it and stuff. Mainly after I watch Choke No Joke, he made me go over there and look at it and stuff like that, because he made it seem like a whole like big disrespect. But to me, it wasn't a big disrespect, because Lamar Odom life is public. Kardashians and all of that stuff, Kim Kardashian, Chloe, and all that stuff. All that shit is public, and all of that. He was Chloe, how he felt about Chloe messing with French Montana and all of that stuff like that. He was like, nah, I was out wilding and doing, my own thing too and stuff like that. He didn't really like get into that or whatever the situation is until like towards the end and stuff like that. He kind of like started feeling like a little like the drink chance was disrespected, but was disrespecting him. But Lamar, if you clicked on this video, if you found this video, it made its way to you somehow. I don't get many views, so I don't think so. I think that your drink champs interview, I think that was fine. Yeah, I did a bit, a lot of drinking, you know what I'm saying? But Nori always does that, you know what I'm saying? And, sometimes when you get drunk and stuff like that, some people want to like start fighting, or they start, your mind start playing tricks with you and stuff like that. But I think that Nori was just trying to. Only thing he was gigging on him was his, that peach shirt or whatever the situation is. He was gigging on that, like you came here with a peach shirt of all, colors or whatever the situation is. But I didn't see nothing wrong with that either. And Lamar was talking about his son passed away. That's you gave up that information. That's information that something that I didn't really hear about. I didn't see that hit the news. Maybe I missed it, or maybe they aired it in California or something like that. I don't know. I haven't heard any YouTubers or anybody talk about that. Not even Breakfast Club or anybody like that. So I don't remember anything like that. But I was sorry to hear that you lost a son, for somebody that had money and had a great, NBA, career, whatever the situation is. I'm sorry to hear about that, so. And another funny thing was, he said he was like scared of pussy in high school and all that shit like that. Oh, the whole drink champs was like just hilarious. You gotta watch it for yourself, because I'm not going to be able to bring it across to you like how they had me cracking up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to give y'all some pointers, because the podcast is so long, and I didn't even remember how many views it got or whatever. I'm quite sure it got a lot, because, the drink champs and stuff like that. And Nori, it's already like famous and stuff like that. So I didn't really see how many, but I know I wasn't about to watch it until I heard somebody else, several people was talking about it. And Choke No Joke had some call-ins and stuff like that. And, they also was feeling like, like Nori was out of line or something like that. But I don't think he was out of line. I just think that's his personality. He been trying to stay professional, because, he got that drink champs and that's business and stuff like that. But you got to remember, niggas come from the street, niggas come from the hood, you know what I'm saying, and with the drinking and stuff like that, all that's, personality, your real personality is going to come out. Now, if he wasn't drinking and he wasn't smoking and stuff like that, then he could keep it kind of like formal and stuff like that. But his platform is a relaxed platform. It's not a platform where, we just going to be like choked up with a tie and stuff like that. And, we're going to be correct with, be careful about all the questions. What questions you want me to ask? What questions you don't want me to ask? It's not that type of podcast. It's a laid back, like you're talking to a friend. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I get from Drink Champs. It's like you're talking to a friend or something like that. But I believe all the information, other than Lamar supplying some stuff behind the scenes that maybe that we don't know about. most of that stuff, like Nori said, it's you could Google it. So, yeah, at the end, Lamar seemed a little confused and stuff like that. He was, he was saying that he felt a little disrespected. But he was saying, this is your platform or whatever the situation is. I hope I gave you, what you wanted and stuff like that. But I didn't find it. I didn't find it disrespectful. I just, felt like, when it comes down to those Kardashians and stuff like that, it's a lot of questions, and people want to know about that. How did you feel? Like, did your family accept it? Because, your family is like pro-black. Did they accept, a white girl or whatever the situation is? Some people feel like if a brother be with a black woman and stuff like that, he's more grounded and stuff like that, and that when you with those Kardashians and stuff like that, it seemed like the black men go a little crazy or something like that. They lose their mind, like Kanye West went into the mental hospital and stuff like that. It seemed like somehow something is going on. It's probably because a lot of media and every step that you take is documented and watched and videotaped and stuff like that. So that'd probably be the thing that be bugging you out. And then you probably also feel like how should I say it? Like a target, with them and stuff like that, because they so censored, like Kim, the guys robbed her of her ring and all of that stuff when she got robbed that time and stuff like that, because, if you say Kardashians, that mean money or whatever the situation is. So, it's like in Scarface when he was climbing the walls to get to him and stuff like that. You probably always feel like somebody's climbing the walls to, get to you and rob you of something or something like that because you got money or whatever. So, that's why I think Nori went there, like, with those kind of questions and stuff like that, and trying to see where his heart was at. Are you still interested? Was you jealous, like, when French Montana was with her, while y'all split up and stuff like that? You feel any kind of way about that and stuff like that? He said no, but maybe he did feel a way about it or whatever the situation is, but that didn't even work out, and then she got a baby by somebody else in the NBA, the other ball player, whatever the situation is. So they love them some ball players and some rappers and stuff like that. But like he said, it was his fault. He was out there wilding or whatever the situation is, And then he was saying something about thing coming out about him selling his rings or whatever the situation is, and Nori told him, I'm not the one that brought that up. You're the one that brought that up. I didn't bring that up. You took it upon yourself to like talk about that, which I didn't even really hear about. I know they said Nori was talking about something about 2 championships. He got 2 championships, but I didn't hear them even discuss that. I don't know where my mind was at. I didn't even hear them talking about him selling the rings or nothing like that. But if he did, that's your property. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? If you want them back, have them made over and pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't cry over spilt milk. And and Nori was just trying to explain that, I guess when everybody that he interviews, you gotta figure out the questions that you're going to ask ahead of time, and what you're going to get into and stuff like that. So the main go-to for your answers is Google. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you're going to Google the person and then start taking the little notes and stuff like that. Some stuff you know off the top of your head and stuff like that. And yeah, so he had some questions, and basically your life is on Google. Your life is on the internet. Your life has been public. So anything that we talked about here is like nothing new. Them Kardashians is nothing new. You know what I'm saying? you know, you having a substance abuse habit, nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to make this video long. I want y'all to check out this video. So I'm going to end this video here. Like and subscribe. And I'm going to keep it short. Okay? So peace. Y'all stay safe.